Right behind me, in the middle of all these buildings that you can see if you look carefully, is what most of us recognize as a dumpster container. This is where the trash from, I suspect, this building, and there's a dumpster container on the other parking lot over here, the trash from that building will be going to. Now, they're one of the first things they built as they were putting up the building. Before this building's even done, its dumpster container is securely in place. The reason they do that because they know if these are going to be fast food places or stores, they're going to need a place for the trash. Now, the interesting aspect of this, though, is that if you look the other direction, what I've shown many times are multiple million square foot warehouses that are going to be filled with, I suspect, hundreds if not thousands of employees. Now, one would think that if they were going to have all those new people in place for this, they would have thought, we're going to need some place for them to live. We're going to need roads for them to drive on, just like we need dumpsters for there to be trash. This is pretty practical politics, pretty simple. The difference is that it's not so expensive to build a dumpster, but to build a new freeway through, pretty expensive, and it comes at the risk of alienating many people who are not so pro-development. Do it out here on these fields that they're not seeing, no problem. Stick your fast foods out there, stick your dumpsters out there, take care of your junk. We don't see that stuff. Put a road through our canyon, big problem. Put new 12-story condominium towers with retail at the bottom so that there can be more housing in the area, and put 10 of them here, big problem. See, for each of us, we've been roadblocks in development, and for many, and some of us, we took pride in that. Some of us tried to be roadblocks to development. But sadly, when we see someone sleeping on the street, when we see someone lost in homelessness, we need to assume our part in the responsibility for that. We need to understand that one of the reasons there are so many people on the street in this decade is because in the last decades we haven't been building. We've been building, but we've been building single-family dwellings. We've been building what people fondly refer to as the McMansions of Riverside. We've been building everything but what's going to be practical for people as they get older, as they're without, when they can't afford $500,000, $1 million, or $2 million or more for a house. And so now, children who are now adults don't have a place. They can't even afford to buy in their neighborhood. People who are retiring can't afford to move out of their neighborhood. And so homes that should have 6 or 7 people living in them have 2 senior citizens living in them, just like my home. And new places that are being built for development, they're no longer being built. And so the prices are artificially inflated. And it's a challenge for everyone involved in a scenario like this, because what it requires is a change towards density population and density building. It requires for us to change our neighborhoods. It requires for us to change our mindsets, and it requires for us to say, we want to do something more. But you see, taking care of everyone always requires change. What we can do is we can continue to drive by people sleeping on the streets and complain about it until we die. Or we can say we want to be a part of the effective change that helps people get up off the street, gives them a handout, and gets them started where they need to be. In a world where so many are going without shelter, where so many are hungry, where so many are hurting, we have an opportunity to be a call to hope. We have an opportunity to say, well, doggone it, if we're going to plan for a dumpster at a fast food joint, maybe we ought to plan that when we build 1 million square foot warehouses, that we've got a place for these folks to live. Now, I'm guessing these 1 million square foot warehouses, even though a lot of people wouldn't like to live by them, they're going to do great things for my home values because all the people need a place to live. They're going to do great things for people who want to rent out a bedroom or rent out a garage or convert an ADU and an additional dwelling unit in the backyard and rent that out for $2,000 a month or whatever they'll do it. But it's not going to do something for the long-term health of what we need to change. And each of us need to evaluate our own spirits, our own lives, and say, what am I doing for my long-term health? Am I planning for that today? Am I building a dumpster in my life because I know there's going to be garbage? Each of us face garbage in life. Most of us struggle with where to put it. Where do we lay it down? Each of us face growth and development in life. Many of us struggle with, how have I been planning? Have I been planning with purpose? Have I been planning with passion? Have I been planning with people at the heart of it? For each of us, when we begin to say, man, I want to have a passion about everything I want to do. I want to have a purpose about everything I want to do, but practically I want to keep people at the heart of it. It'll go even bigger than dumpsters. It'll go to sky-rise units that make sure everyone's got a place to live, regardless of how crowded a neighborhood gets. Hey, I'm counting on you to be the miracle today, because that's how we step away from being mediocre, by having a big vision, a big dream, taking it out there and being miraculous. Be miraculous in your day-to-day. Be the miracle. God bless you. Have a fantastic day. Don't forget your dumpster, but don't forget your sky rise either. God bless you.